The story of the Chumash Indians is one of great resilience. Hundreds of years ago, Chumash tribes utilized resources from both land and sea along a 200-mile stretch of California coastline. The establishment of Spanish missions in the late 1700s began a tumultuous period where the Chumash population dropped from 22,000 to 2,800. Decades of struggle followed. But the survivors never relented. 7 years after opening its first gaming facility, the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians started construction on a state-of-the-art casino and resort designed to elegantly blend with the surrounding Santa Ynez Valley land their ancestors once occupied. The success of the Chumash Casino Resort has put tribal members on the path to economic self-sufficiency for current and future generations. Today, you'll hear stories from a 9,000-year history, rich with culture, with giving, and with pride. Stories of great achievement, of past and present adversity, of the fight to revive a culture pushed to the brink of extinction. Stories of Chumash life. In this edition of Chumash Life, the Tribal State Compact was signed by California Governor Jerry Brown in late August, and a week later was ratified by the California Legislature. It had overwhelming bipartisan support. Proceeds from the 11th annual Chumash Charity Golf Classic went to 4 local schools this year to help satisfy their technology needs. 2 nearby cities recognized the benefit of building a strong partnership with the Santa Ynez Chumash and established formal relationships with the tribe. But first, as the Chumash Tribal Youth Ambassador for the Center for Native American Youth, Jessica McCool talks about her role in Generation Indigenous.
The Obama administration has executed many initiatives over the past several years that are designed to build better relationships with tribal nations. One such action is hosting the annual Tribal Nations Conference, which is attended by hundreds of tribal leaders from tribal nations all across the U.S. At last year's conference, President Obama announced an initiative to improve conditions for youth in Indian country. Named Generation Indigenous, the Native Youth Initiative focuses on removing the barriers that stand between Native youth and their opportunity to succeed. To help the Obama administration take a comprehensive, culturally appropriate approach to help improve the lives and opportunities for Native youth, the administration turned to young tribal members themselves. And that's where Santa Ynez Chumash tribal descendant Jessica McCool enters the picture.
My journey into becoming the White House Tribal Youth Ambassador for the Chumash started when President Obama and the First Lady went to Standing Rock Sioux Nation in the Dakotas. They wanted to implement something that would help Native youth in general overcome the barriers. And so they decided to bring Native youth to their White House Tribal Nations Conference.
After Santa Ynez Chumash Education Director Nikki Sandoval nominated Jessica, who was a high school senior at the time, she was one of 37 tribal youth representatives in the country selected to attend the conference.
I got a call from the White House saying that I was selected, so I went to this conference and I met other delegates and I met with tribal leaders and we talked about issues in Indian country. And I also met other fellow youth ambassadors that are from all around the country, and we talked about our tribes and what we do in our communities, and we shared ideas focused on youth leadership and wellness and helping lift up the youth. It was just an honor to go and represent my tribe at the nation's capital.
Although Jessica didn't grow up on the Santa Ynez Reservation, the reservation was always a presence in her life. She had family living on the reservation, so she was often there for social events or to visit with family members.
The reservation has been like a second home to me because I grew up in a poor family that moved around a lot, and when we wouldn't have a place to stay, we would always stay at the reservation with my aunt. And so it was kind of like a refuge to our family.
Now a freshman studying sociology at Chapman University, a top private university located in Southern California, Jessica continues to represent the Santa Ynez Chumash in her role as a tribal youth ambassador.
The White House Tribal Youth Gathering was a historical event that happened this past July that I attended, and I actually got the opportunity to be on a steering committee for it. I was one of the 4 out of the 37 that got to be on it, and we were elected by our peers. It does give me pride in my tribe, and I'm just really glad that I got to represent them in all my endeavors.
As a tribal youth ambassador, Jessica not only wants to help tribal youth succeed, but also to educate people in the community about her tribe.
When people think of Chumash, they usually think of the casino right away because it's the biggest thing that's in the valley, and it's affiliated with the Chumash, so they think we just care about the consumerism and commercial businesses and money, and that we don't care about the valley, but in reality we do. There's a lot of programs that we have that help not only the Chumash but the whole community, from like the YMCA to having better facilities at schools. There's an education center that we help with tutoring, and there's a environmental department that works on living green, and there's a cultural department that focuses on language and culture and sharing our tradition. And I just really want our community to see that the Chumash actually cares about the valley and nurturing everyone that's in it and helping everyone.
Making a positive impact on her community is exactly what Jessica would like to do.
One of my personal goals is to become a role model for my community, not only for the Chumash youth, but for all the youth in my community and even outside of my community, because it's really important to have other youth to look up to that are doing great things, because I believe everyone has a potential to do great things and to succeed. Maybe later in my life I'd see a role being in tribal politics. I'd obviously love to come back and give back to my tribe.
For now, Jessica is focusing on furthering her education, continuing in her role as a tribal youth ambassador representing her tribe, and being an active participant in Generation Indigenous.
Jessica McCool is one impressive young woman who is representing her tribe well. The Santa Ynez Chumash and 2 nearby cities have formally established government-to-government relationships and are working together to make the community stronger.
As governments, Native American tribes interact regularly with other governments on a government-to-government basis. This government-to-government principle, which is grounded in the United States Constitution, has helped to shape the long history of relations between the federal government and tribal nations. In more recent history, tribal governments all across the U.S. have developed strong government-to-government relationships with their local cities and counties. Communities across the country have learned that there are no limits on what can be done when they partner with tribes. 2 cities in Santa Barbara County are beginning to see those benefits as they each build a government-to-government relationship with the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians.
The closest incorporated city to the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians is the city of Solvang, and the tribe has for years been informally negotiating with the city of Solvang on an ad hoc basis. Members of the Solvang City Council and members of this tribal government decide to get together and formalize that relationship, and they establish an ad hoc committee between 2 members of the city of Solvang and 2 members of the tribal government, the business committee.
Shortly after that formal relationship was established, the nearby city of Lompoc became the second local city government to move forward with an ad hoc tribal committee.
We looked at the pros and cons, what benefits there were to the city, what benefits there may be to the Chumash tribe. On a 5-0 vote, completely unanimous, we decided to enter into this agreement. This is not an uncommon relationship. The city of Lompoc also has a similar relationship with Vandenberg Air Force Base, and we look forward to this type of relationship with the Chumash where we can have benefits for both the tribe and the city of Lompoc.
Both Lompoc and Solvang recognized the benefit of building a strong partnership with the tribe, which could then lead to valuable projects and understandings. Tribes are economic engines. They're innovators. They often have the ability to implement projects that city and county governments can't do, and they can do it faster. As a result, tribes make great partners in the community with schools, organizations, and governments.
Over the years, the Chumash tribe has been very supportive of our community. We always have our 4th of July fireworks show. The Chumash tribe has almost always been a major sponsor for this event. The Boys and Girls Club, the Chamber of Commerce, the YMCA benefit from their charity. Residents here in Lompoc, men, women, mothers, fathers, children, benefit from the generosity of the Chumash tribe.
It is also important to note that 711 of the tribe's 1,700-plus employees are residents of Lompoc, thereby making Lompoc part of the tribe's family.
A happy employee for the tribe is a happy resident here.
Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians Tribal Chairman Vincent Armenta said the tribe is looking forward to a rewarding relationship with the city of Lompoc. He said, "Not only have we already partnered on several projects in Lompoc with various nonprofit organizations and schools through our Santa Ynez Chumash Foundation, but we know there are many more to come."
I'm happy that we've entered into this government-to-government relationship because often there are misconceptions about the Chumash tribe. I want to be able to, with this agreement, get rid of these misconceptions. Let the residents of all of our communities throughout Santa Barbara County realize that the Chumash are great neighbors. They're great partners for us.
In the next several years, it will be interesting to watch how tribes and cities communicate and build partnerships. The more they work together, the more rewarding it can be for the tribes, the cities, and the citizens in those communities.
Creating an ongoing dialogue is key to governments working together effectively. The state of California and the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians worked very well together as the Tribal State Compact was ratified.
It was an historic moment in time when California Governor Jerry Brown signed the new Tribal State Gaming Compact between the state of California and the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians on August 26, 2015. A week later, the California State Legislature ratified the compact. The Senate, which consists of 40 state senators, voted 39-0 in favor of the tribe's compact. The Assembly, comprised of 80 members, voted 79-0 for the compact. Both senators and Assembly members praised the compact and the tribe.
I've had the opportunity of coming down and seeing your operation down south, and it's a wonderful project. It's environmentally sound. You help the community tremendously, and I think this new compact that we're looking at is just a continuation of the good work that you have done over the years.
It is full labor support, law enforcement support, as well as tribal support.
This is a compact that strikes a good balance. It's mutually beneficial. It provides for incentives for renewable energy investments, water conservation projects, and non-gaming related economic development. It is good for the local community.
I had the opportunity last month to visit their reservation, and they're doing some great work out there, not only on the reservation, but in the community as well. But this compact was a thoughtful and meaningful negotiation that will serve the state and tribe for years to come.
I also rise as chair of the Latino Caucus to applaud this historic 25-year compact agreement that's really a win-win for California, for our brothers and sisters in the Chumash Indian Nation, and also for the county of Santa Barbara.
At informational hearings held prior to ratification by the legislature, support of the compact came from the union and from other tribes.
Chairman Armenta is a ferocious advocate for the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians. He is clearly proud of his tribe, and his number one and only issue appears to me to be the success of his tribe's future. While that is all true, the tribe, the chairman, and the tribal council found room to reach agreement with the governor on improvements to the Tribal Labor Relations Ordinance, and for that we are also very, very grateful.
We have a long history with the Chumash, in particular with Chairman Armenta. He puts people to work in the community and has been one of the best employers in the state of California.
Kilarnyate Quintana here on behalf of the Barona Band of Mission Indians, and we're happy to see a fellow 1999 tribe launch into a new era, and we're here to support the effort.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members. Jerome Encinas on behalf of the Rincon Band in northern San Diego County and the Blue Lake Rancheria and Humboldt County. Proud here to be here to support Chairman Armenta and the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash.
My name is Afrak Vargas, and on behalf of the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, I'd like to express our support. Also, I don't have an official position from the California State Firefighters Association, but they're very good friends and allies of the Chumash.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, Mitch Seaman with the California Labor Federation, also here in strong support of this agreement. We think the compact offers a variety of benefits for all involved, but especially, as Mr. Gribbin mentioned, the workers that are here today. We think the compact really does provide a model, as he mentioned, and it's one that we'd like to see met or exceeded in all future compacts, where it does protect the tribe's right to free expression, but it also really does protect the workers' rights to organize and to talk about their own working conditions among themselves and have a real voice on the job.
The first gaming compact the tribe negotiated with the state was in 1999. This new compact, which expires in 2040, will allow the tribe to continue on its path of economic self-sufficiency.
This compact not only secures the future of our tribe, but it's also beneficial to the state and local communities.
It's a good compact. It's a fair compact. Congratulations to the Chumash.
The new compact sets the stage for the tribe to continue on its journey toward economic self-sufficiency. In a recurring segment featuring the Santa Ynez Chumash Indians Foundation, we take a look at the foundation's donation to 4 local schools.
A grand total of $120,000 was raised by the 11th annual Chumash Charity Golf Classic last summer, all of which was donated in the form of tech grants to 4 local schools: Santa Ynez Valley Charter School, College School District in Santa Ynez, Los Olivos School District, and Solvang School District.
Our focus was on education for this year because the schools were starting to implement technology-based standards that they weren't simply ready for because they didn't have those devices to take the tests or to do the projects.
The tribe hired Landspeed, a Goleta-based tech firm, to consult with the 4 schools and determine their greatest technological needs. Instead of giving each school the same gift, the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians Foundation let the experts make a recommendation on how the foundation could best help local schools.
The discovery process was very interesting. We have 4 local schools in a 10-mile radius with very different needs.
Once analysis was completed, the tribe followed Landspeed's recommendations and donated the following. Santa Ynez Valley Charter received a $24,000 grant toward hiring a Level 1 technology services staffer. College School District received 2 mobile Chromebook carts stocked with 80 new Chromebooks. Los Olivos School District received a Chromebook cart with 40 Chromebooks, an Apple cart with 20 iPads, and 1 MacBook Pro. Solvang School District received a Chromebook cart with 40 Chromebooks and 20 Dell laptops for its teachers. As the tribe made the deliveries, administrators at each school expressed their gratitude and outlined how the equipment will help their students.
We're honored and we're thrilled to be able to have this technology brought into the school with our new state testing, Smarter Balance. This allows students to use the tools on a day-to-day basis to prepare themselves for the state testing. The computers also will help empower the teachers and help students to create, explore, collaborate.
This is just one more resource for them, and it levels the playing field for all of our students so that those who don't have the opportunity to do this at home can do this at school. It's just one more positive thing we can offer to our students.
During a donation presentation at Solvang School, Superintendent Dr. Steve Seaford took the opportunity to speak to the students about the importance of philanthropy.
The Chumash Indians have this wonderful word, amuyik, and it stands for the spirit of generosity. And I think when kids can see that, it encourages them to also have that spirit as well. The Chumash Indians expressing their generosity like they did today models for our kids how they too need to be generous and how we're all in this together in this valley to be successful.
We had some great feedback, not only from school administrators, but also the students themselves. They were really excited to be able to jump on new laptops and start exploring. They were opening them, using them, getting logged in, and becoming familiar with them. It was great. Education is very important to the tribe, both internally and externally, and it's important for the tribe to be able to put resources into local schools so that youth have as many educational opportunities as possible.
The Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians has donated more than $19 million to hundreds of groups, organizations, and schools in the community and across the nation as part of the tribe's long-standing tradition of giving.
Students in these local schools are now properly equipped to meet today's technology-driven challenges. Through its foundation, the tribe has contributed more than $19 million to date. Thank you for watching this winter 2015 edition of Chumash Life. See past segments and full episodes at youtube.com/Chumash Life.